For review today, I've got the URUS, or URUS box mod from Hugo Vapor. Take a look at it. I can see myself. It's like a mirror. I've changed my setup a bit. Things should look a lot better. This is still wrapped up. Let's get this wrap off of it and actually read the box. I lost my knife. Here's what the front of the box looks like. It says URUS or URUS. I'm not really sure exactly how it's pronounced. On the back here, URUS, keep out of reach of children and minors. Says that it contains a 100-watt mod, USB cable, user manual, warranty card, and an 18650 adapter tube. The mod size is 80 by 49.5 by 26 millimeters, weighs 70 grams, 1 to 100 watt capable, OLED screen, resistance is 0.06 to 3 ohms. Temperature control range is 100 to 315 degrees Celsius or 200 to 600 Fahrenheit. Your output modes: variable wattage, temperature, nichrome, titanium, stainless steel, TCR, and bypass. And it's capable of utilizing one 18650, a 2700, or a 21700. Made from Hugo Vapor, which made our Raider Mage from our last mod review. The box flips open, so it's sealed on one side, not on the other. Flips open like so. We have looks like a USB cable right here. Nice braided one again. This looks like it's probably the exact same as our last cable. Whoa! Whoa! Again, a useless short USB cable. I threw the other one from the last review and I don't know where it is, but I guarantee these are the same sizes. These are not even a foot long. So, I mean, I don't know how you would really use this. This cable's useless. Nice thick user manual. Looks like a few languages in here. Got English, Danish, German, Russian, French, Spanish, Greek, and Italian. I'm gonna make sure I read this next time I go poop. A battery safety card. Warning! That one actually didn't fall on the floor. And our warranty card. Here is the mod, and it looks, oh my god, it's stuck. Oh, it's got some weight to it. I was gonna say it looks really small. However, once I pulled it out, like, yeah, it does seem kind of small, but it has more weight to it than I expected. I thought it was actually gonna be a lot lighter. For comparison, this is my Pulse BF mod that I was using for a while, and they are almost the same size. And by weight, I feel like the URUS is ever so slightly heavier than the Pulse mod, and that's purely just picking them up and trying to figure out which one weighs more. On the back, we got a nice little engraved logo designed by Hugo Vapor. On the front, URUS. And I guess technically this would be the front because you've got your fire button, you've got your menu, your wattage controls, and charging port. Now the back, there's nothing. Top has a nice 510, and the bottom looks like it has some vent holes. All right, let's pop this panel off and see what it looks like. Looks like we've got a total of 5 magnets on each side. The magnets felt pretty strong when I was taking it off. Here is our 18650 tube. Can't get it out. Here's the 18650 adapter, and it's actually a solid adapter. I'm squeezing right now, actually. I thought this was going to be like one of those rubber ones. Look at the adapter. It has your plus and minus indicator. It slides right in there. It appears gold tip, and like I said, this is nice and solid. Inside here shows you where to place your batteries. Again, this would be your fire button, so it goes in with the positive to the bottom, nice and smooth in there. There's not much to it. And then let's pop this panel off. That one seemed to come off easier than the front. Yeah, that comes off way easier than the other one, than the other panel did. And there's nothing on this side except for some screws. I noticed that our magnet is actually sticking out. I wonder if that's why we were having some trouble. We have a magnet that's sticking out on it. Oop. I don't know where the magnet just went. All right, I just found it. It fell all the way in the inside there. Luckily, my knife is strong. So we've got that going for us right now. So this magnet comes right out, so I'm gonna have to like glue this later or something. I don't want to leave that where it's gonna like fall and get stuck on something. All right, so the panels look pretty much the same, except if you notice the back comes off pretty easily. But that's the back. You can't put the battery in on this side, so this side will probably, you know, never comes off. And this was also the side that the magnet fell off of. However, on this side, what I initially thought was a nice strong magnet is actually the case. It's actually stuck on the case. It comes off easier than it goes on. You have to like, it doesn't fit the case right. See that? It doesn't. You have to like push it. It doesn't fit the case right, which means that like if this hits your pocket and like it pops open or something like that, like it's not going to just pop back in place. Every time this pops, you're going to have to pick it up and push it back in. I'm gonna see if maybe there's a screw I can realign or something, but it doesn't look like it. It just, maybe I'll shave the door down a little bit. Like it doesn't even on this side, I can't even push it. I have to go from the bottom and push it down. If I look straight down it, this seems like it's ever so slightly bent up. So, I mean, it slides in there, then it just kind of prevents this from going on. And like I said, it pops off easier and it doesn't, see how if I try to push one side, it unfolds the other side and it will end up just working its way out. So I might try to maybe shave that down or something. No real major wiggle on the buttons. Nice and clicky. And you need a charging port. All right, let's put a battery inside of it and see how it looks. So we've got positive, negative. As soon as we put it in, pop that back on. See, now that popped right back on. I just got lucky with it. All right, right now it says my battery's at 100%. No voltage, no resistance, no amps. Puff counter is at 2, so it's probably a quality control thing. And it's at 100 watts currently. I'm going to put it down to 50 and pop on my vape. Real quick, the top does have a springy top. I try to fire it with nothing on it. Just simply says no atomizer. Wattage up, wattage down. 1, 2, 3 gets you into the menu. Power, nichrome, titanium, stainless steel, bypass, C1, preheat, puff clear, back to power. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goes right back in to our previous setting. Go ahead and put a tank on it. See what we think. Can already say this feels very top heavy. Being only a single battery, this is, you know, obviously there's only so much weight you're gonna have. Definitely be very top heavy. There's not much room on the side. This is my Vaperesso Cascade tank. Not much room on the sides here, but it fits all right, nice and tight. So this feels very top heavy. Again, it only has one battery in it, so there's, I mean, how much weight do you really expect it to have? When I click my fire button, it shows me reading at 0.16 ohms, which is what I was getting on my other mod. It asks me if it's a new coil, positive for yes, 0.16. When I fire it, it shows me my seconds. All right, we're at 50 watts right now. Let's take a hit. It didn't blow up in my face, which is always good. Feels all right, hits as I would expect. Let's go up to, I've been doing around 60, between 60 and 65 lately. I'm gonna go right to 65. 65, I felt it hit pretty good. It didn't seem to take too much. Now I do want to point out my battery is already showing 92%. However, we literally just took it off the charger and put it in and it was reading 100%. So I don't know if it's just taking a moment to calibrate itself. It's just going to run through my battery super fast. I will say it seems to hit pretty good. With just the one battery, it doesn't seem to take a long time to heat up or hit. And that tastes pretty good. So, I mean, it's hitting as expected. Again, it's top heavy though. So as I do for all of my mods, this will either become my daily driver for a week and we'll come back later on and I'll let you guys know how I feel, or something will happen that will cause me to totally absolutely hate it and then I'll stop using it and I'll let you guys know why all of a sudden I hate it. But right now I feel it performs as expected for a single battery mod. I'm using an 18650 in it. I'm using the sleeve adapter in it, and it'll be my driver for a week and we'll come back and I'll let you guys know what I think about it. All right, guys, so it's been probably about 2 weeks now, and I've been using this. I started with my first full week of solid. This is my daily driver, using it, and then after about a week, I found myself taking it, feeling like I had to use it, whereas it didn't feel like I wanted to use it. It felt like I wanted to grab one of my other mods. First, let's start with the things I didn't really like. The first thing is, let me just get this right up, okay? I understand this is my fault, but I want to make you aware of it, and I also feel like there's things that could have been done to have maybe prevented this, both on my part and maybe on a manufacturer's part. I want you to understand that the holes on these are not on all four sides, which means that batteries can fall right out of this thing. And I learned the hard way. By having a sleeve such as this, where it slides in and slides out, you'll do exactly, unless you're like, you actually consciously think about it, you'll do exactly as I did, and you will drop your battery. And that is how this cost me a few dollars to have to, luckily I didn't break my battery, but I'll show you in a picture of what happened to my battery. Is I took it out of the mod, took it out, went to get a new battery, and when I went like this to put my new battery in, that's exactly what I did, because I wasn't holding it from here. And I guess it's one of those lesson learned, so now I'll remember to hold it there. I feel like they could have done this on all 4 points, and then no matter how you held it, as long as you held it from the middle, you'd be hitting those points. But I ended up just not thinking about it, pulled it out of my mod, flipped it over to get it, was holding it like this. It went right between my legs, right down, hit the floor, hit it right on the positive. I split my battery and had to get it rewrapped. Luckily for me, I didn't break the battery, so I was able to, obviously this is why I have a new wrap on here, but it was an unnecessary expenditure for me. So understand, like, there is nothing to stop this sucker from, other than holding right here, consciously being aware of this when you take it out of the mod and remembering to hold it like this, because if you hold it like this, there it goes, man. Now again, I get it. If I was holding it right here, my battery wouldn't have fallen out. However, I mean, like, how deeply conscious do you have to be when you change your batteries? You know, I feel like there's alternatives that could be in place, such as maybe just a piece of rubber inside here, something to give it a little bit of friction to it, something to keep it from just shooting right out of the thing. So I get it, my fault. I should have been paying attention to what I was doing, but I also want you to be aware in case you use an 18650, don't do what Medic does and done did. Okay. Another thing that I didn't really like is, I get that this is a single battery mod, however, it burns through batteries. Just, I don't even get, I get at best case scenario a half a day out of this, whereas with all my other dual battery mods, I'm getting way over a day, 2-3 days sometimes. I'm not a major constant vapor, so for me, my battery charges usually get me 2 or 3 days. Even on my Vandy Vape mod, I was getting a day or two of use out of a single battery. I even went as far as buying a new battery, a 2700 battery, thinking that maybe my 2500 millihour batteries from the 18650s just weren't enough. This is a 3000 millihour battery. Still didn't make too much of a difference. Another con that I don't like, my battery door, man. I don't know, like, I've been playing with it, I've been working it in some more, but it's still, it kind of has that thing where it'll pop off, and if it misaligns, it's not going to pop back on. And to me, I feel like that's something that's a quality control thing that shouldn't happen, especially on the battery door. So be aware of that too. They may not all be like that. Another thing that I had mentioned at the beginning was that it was top heavy. I did find that when I switched to a tank that wasn't as large as my Vapresso tank and putting the 2700 battery in it, it does not feel top heavy at all, and it in fact feels totally fine right now. So I wanted to clear that up. It's really not as top heavy as I thought it was going to be. When it comes to the pros though, it hits as you would expect. Wow, that vapor. It hits as you would expect though. For a single battery, I feel like it can get up there. It can support up to 100 watts. However, I don't know how long that would last. I've been running mine at about 65 watts and I don't even get half a day out of it. I couldn't imagine what running this at 100 would do, but it's capable of it. Another pro is that it only takes one battery. I mean, that's still kind of a pro. When everything's on the charger and you may only have one battery available, it's nice to have the option to grab just one battery and have a mod ready to use. However, I also found that my Vandy Vape Mech mod takes one battery and kind of lasts longer, but it's not regulated, so you take and you give a little, I guess. When it comes to prices, I've been finding this around $30 online. I feel like for a single battery regulated mod, that's an okay price, but I feel like there's lots of alternatives out there that are around the same price that can give me either the option of 2 batteries, so I get more use out of it for just one more battery, or there's more premium options that, yes, I have to pay a bit more, but if I really want that single battery regulated mod, I may get a more premium mod for just a few dollars more. So I feel like $30 is an okay price for it, but I feel like on the market there's a lot of other alternatives out there that may be better alternatives. So would I go and buy this mod? Probably not. I think I'd probably go buy something else, but if I needed to grab something that just took one battery, I'd still use it. I'm not afraid of it. I don't hate it, but I probably wouldn't go buy more. You probably won't see me doing any giveaways with these mods. Let me know what you guys think of the review. Do you guys have have a Urus? What do you guys think of it? Good? Bad? What do you think about my review? Did I miss something? Am I way off topic? Don't forget to hit subscribe, find my Facebook group, don't forget the Twitter thing, and don't forget about Vape-Box. Do you not have a subscription to this yet? Like, why is that even a thing? Hit my affiliate link down below. You get a piece of hardware, 4 bottles of juice, and sometimes they throw in some extra stuff too. Every month you get one of these. I mean, what's wrong with that? Thank you guys for checking out the video. I'm gonna see you guys next week.